Welcome to Homeschool Nolan, here to help you navigate learning in the digital age. The world has certainly changed a lot in the past 4 years, particularly for this year's college graduates. I recently saw this headline in the Wall Street Journal. Quote, "The class of 2023 faces a jittery job market. The world seems to have flipped on its head." I'm sure none of this year's college graduates expected this when they entered college as freshmen 4 years ago. Back in 2019, nobody had ever heard of COVID-19. The tech industry was booming, and computer science was the most popular major at many colleges. No one under the age of 40 had ever experienced inflation. Now, some of you college seniors, though, may have already found your first job, and to you, I say congratulations. But for those of you still searching for that first opportunity out of college, I'd like to today offer some advice on finding your first job based on my own personal experiences over the past few decades. The world is constantly changing. That means you must be willing to change as well. And this leads me to my first piece of advice, and that is be willing to pivot from your college major. In other words, be willing to take on jobs outside of whatever you studied in college. Now, I know this may be psychologically difficult after you've invested 4 years in a field that you may have been passionate about and interested in working in. But remember, the purpose of college isn't to train you for a particular job. That's what trade schools are for. A good college education instead should have trained you how to think and how to learn so that you will be ready to use your intellect to create and to solve problems in any field. I myself majored in mechanical engineering back when I was in college. But when I graduated in the mid-90s, it was the dawn of the digital age, and there were a lot more job opportunities in software, so I pivoted to becoming a software engineer. Now, do I regret that I never fulfilled my earlier ambitions of working in the aerospace industry? I have to admit that sometimes I do wonder how my life might have turned out if I had persisted in landing a mechanical engineering job out of college. But I have no regrets working in tech over the past couple of decades. I did my best to take advantage of the opportunities that came my way, and that's what you should do as well in the years ahead. Now, if it takes you longer than you expected to find that first job, it's really important that you also keep learning. Just because you're out of school doesn't mean you stop educating yourself to learn new things. Now, this may seem obvious, but it's very easy these days to fall into the trap of idleness if you don't have a class or a job to show up to every day. Beware of becoming addicted to streaming videos or playing video games all day. Instead, try to be intentional and proactive in taking advantage of the wealth of information and knowledge out there on the internet to learn new things. Everyone, of course, has access to the internet, but some of the most valuable information and knowledge in the world isn't found on websites or even in books. Instead, it's found here in people's heads. That's why my third piece of advice is to keep networking and meeting new people, and preferably in person rather than online. Once you're no longer on campus, you also need to be much more proactive and intentional in meeting new people. Don't let yourself be isolated at home like you may have been during the pandemic. Instead, consider volunteering in your community. Join nonprofits, causes that you believe in. If you're a person of faith, be active in your church or place of worship. You just never know how a relationship with someone in your own personal network just might lead to your next opportunity. And most importantly, don't give up. And try your best to maintain a positive attitude even if your job search is taking longer than expected. I still remember advice a Princeton professor gave to our graduating class many years ago when he said, quote, "It's better to get a slow start on the right track than a fast start on the wrong track." Now, the right track is different for everyone. And no matter what your destiny and your track is, I hope this video has been helpful as you begin your life journey after college. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And don't forget to click subscribe for more videos like this one. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.